and we have a channel, and we have a receiver. Okay, then the transmitter, we do something called modulation, right? So in the receiver we do reverse of that, that is called demodulation. Correct? Now here, so to transmit signal from one place to other place, we need a help of what? Carrier. So typically carrier is a sinusoidal signal, so which is denoted with C of t, that is AC cos omega ct. As you know, this is the amplitude of the carrier, this is the FC we call. FC is the frequency of the carrier. Okay, this is amplitude, this is frequency of the carrier. Correct? Now, so if you draw this carrier, which is a cos wave, a sinusoidal signal, so it has some parameters. Correct? Some parameters. It has got amplitude, this is carrier. It has got amplitude, and it has got what? Frequency, and it has got some phase. Here phase is 0. Okay, we are starting with 0 phase. Anyway, any typical sinusoidal signal will have these parameters. Okay, what we do here is, for transmission purpose, we keep our message in the amplitude of the carrier and we transmit. Okay, so if you do so, it is called amplitude modulation. Sometimes we keep our message in the frequency of the carrier, so it is called frequency modulation. Sometimes we keep our message signal in the phase of the carrier, it is called phase modulation, PM. These are the acronyms for amplitude modulation, AM, frequency modulation, FM, phase modulation, PM. Now we'll study one by one. Okay, so first we study amplitude modulation. What is that? Amplitude modulation. So let us see what we do here. As I told you just now, so any communication system involves a carrier signal, that is C of t, okay, which is denoted with AC cos 2 pi fct, and AC is the amplitude and fc is the frequency of the carrier. Okay, and so we have a message signal which is need to be transmitted, that we denote with M of t. What is M of t? A message signal that we are going to transmit. So the notation is very simple. So M of t means our message signal, C of t means our carrier signal. So using this carrier, we are transmitting this message signal from one place to other place. Okay, by what process? By process called modulation. Modulation is a process which transmits a message signal by using carrier to the other place. Okay, so there are so many types of this modulation. We'll discuss one by one. Correct? So next, yeah, so we are studying amplitude modulation. Okay, that is very important. What we are studying? We are studying amplitude modulation, AM. Okay, here message modulates the amplitude of the carrier. So the definition of AM means our message signal is modulating amplitude of the carrier. Okay, now so let us take M of t is a message signal, okay, and C of t is a carrier, which is typically AC cos 2 pi fct. Correct? Now, so in AM, just now I told you, we keep our message in the amplitude of the carrier and we transmit. Okay, how to do it? Correct? Now here, so what is the amplitude of this carrier C of t? That is a constant, no? Amplitude of C of t is what? AC, which is a constant. Okay, so that is a before modulation. Okay, so this is before modulation. before modulation. Okay. Now, so what is AC? What is AM? Amplitude modulation. Message signal modulates the amplitude of the carrier. Now, we have to change the amplitude of the carrier so that it contains message signal. Here, amplitude is simply constant. Okay. Now, after modulation, what happens? So, we write this as S of t. S of t is a modulated signal. After modulation, what happens? So, it is AC into 1 plus Ka into m of t into cos omega ct. This is called AM signal, amplitude modulated signal. Okay. Now, so this is after modulation. This is after modulation. So if you observe carefully, it is also a cos function only, cos waveform only. So before modulation, it was simply C of t, carrier, whose amplitude is AC, a constant. But after modulation, what is the amplitude of this signal? What is that? What is that? AC into 1 plus Ka into m of t. Isn't it? So this is the amplitude of the carrier after modulation. Okay. Now amplitude is not a constant now. It is a function of time. I mean the time varying function. Okay. Here this is something called Ka. It is called amplitude sensitivity. Okay. Now you must know this AM equation. This is very important. Okay. So S of t is 1 plus Km of t cos 2 pi of ct AC into this is, so this is a final AM equation. Okay. Where K is called, Ka is called amplitude sensitivity of AM signal. S of t is called modulated signal or modulated carrier, because the carrier is modulated. Okay. Now here S of t is called amplitude modulated signal or carrier or modulated carrier. What about this C of t? It is called carrier, or it is also sometimes called as unmodulated carrier. What it is called as? Unmodulated carrier. It is before modulation. C of t is a carrier before modulation. S of t is a carrier after modulation. So there is a difference is clearly visible to you. Okay. So here the amplitude of the carrier contains message signal. Okay. So which means the carrier amplitude is carrying the message signal. Okay. Now, so what is the purpose of this Ka? All the things we'll discuss. Okay. Yeah. So let us expand this. So if you expand this, what do you get? AC into 1 plus K m of t cos 2 pi of ct, AC cos 2 pi of ct plus AC m of t cos 2 pi of ct. Now if you do it so, what is AC cos 2 pi of ct? That is nothing but C of t, isn't it? AC cos 2 pi of ct is nothing but C of t. What is C of t? Carrier or unmodulated carrier or carrier before modulation. So Ka m of t, what is this again? That is again C of t. Okay. Now this is S of t finally. Now, so S of t is, you can also write this as C of t plus Ka m of t into C of t. Okay. Now, so this is very important. Please remember this. We have derived from the basic formula of AM only. Okay, nothing more than that. Now, So here amplitude of the carrier signal is varied or modulated according to the amplitude of the message signal. This is the basic definition of AM. What is happening here? The amplitude of the carrier signal is varied here. So what is happening here? This is the amplitude of the carrier signal. It is no more a constant because it is a function of time now, isn't it? Now, how it is varied? It is varied according to the amplitude of the message signal. Here, so in amplitude modulation in AM, what happens? Amplitude of the carrier is varied according to what? Please remember, according to amplitude of the message signal. This is very, very important. Message signal M of t. Here, don't say simply it is varying according to message signal. It is varying according to amplitude of the message signal. Okay, so the amplitude of the carrier is changing according to amplitude of the message signal. That is called amplitude modulation. Okay. Now, so that is the definition of amplitude modulation. Now, as I just now told you, so before modulation, the amplitude of the carrier was constant, simply it was AC. But after modulation, it was AC into 1 plus Ka into M of t, which is a time varied function and varies according to the amplitude of the message signal M of t. Okay, so these are the two things you must remember. So before modulation, what is amplitude? And after modulation, what is the amplitude? Okay, here we are not changing the frequency and phase of the carrier. As I told you, the carrier has got three parameters: amplitude, frequency, phase. Now we are changing the amplitude of the carrier, keeping frequency phase as it is. We are not doing anything with the frequency phase of the carrier. We are just changing the amplitude of the carrier according to amplitude of the message signal. Okay, that is a basic definition of amplitude modulation. Okay, now next. Now, single tone amplitude modulation. Single tone. So means generally tone means a frequency. Tone, it's something like a frequency. Single tone means a signal having a one frequency component. Okay, what is that example of single tone signal? What example of single tone signal? Tell me a signal which is having only one frequency. Anyone? Tell me a signal which is having only one frequency component. You can message me at least. What are the example of single tone signals? Yeah, so it is not voice. As I told you in the yesterday class, voice is having a frequency range from 300 to 3.3 kilohertz. How can it be a single tone signal? Okay, yeah, sine or cos are single tone signals. Why? Because just now I have written. Suppose if I say sine 100 pi t, what is the frequency of the signal? What is the frequency of the signal? How much? 50 hertz. Only one frequency. That's it. Okay. Now, so here single tone AM means we take M of t, message signal, as AM cos 2 pi FMT. If message signal happen to be a cos function, then it is called single tone AM. Why? Because what is AM? It is called AM is called message amplitude. What is FM is called? Message signal frequency. Okay. Yeah. So M of t is AM cos 2 pi by FMT. AM is amplitude of the message signal. FM is the frequency of message signal. So what happens now? So single tone AM. Here we replace M of t with what? This function. AM cos 2 pi FMT. Because it's having only one frequency component, and that's why it's called single tone AM. Okay. Now replace. What happens? AC 1 plus Ka M of t cos 2 pi FCT 1 plus Ka. What is M of t? AM cos 2 pi FMT. AM cos 2 pi FMT cos 2 pi FCT. Now here this term Ka into AM. This term Ka into AM is called as mu. What is mu is called? Modulation index. Typically it is from 0 to 1. Okay. So this is about single tone AM. Means whenever a message is happen to be a sinusoidal signal, typically we take it as a AM cos 2 pi FMT, where AM, FM are frequency, amplitude and frequency of the message signal respectively. So Ka into AM is called mu. Mu is a modulation index, or sometimes also called as depth of modulation. It is also called as depth of modulation. Typically it is from 0 to 1. Okay. Now this is the single tone AM equation. That is a single tone AM equation. That is what? AC into 1 plus mu cos 2 pi FMT into cos 2 pi FCT. What is mu? It is called modulation index, which is Ka into AM. Okay. Now, so here based on this, we take now finally let me write S of t. The single tone AM signal is AC 1 plus mu cos omega mt into cos omega ct. This is a single tone AM signal. Okay. What is omega? What is FM here? It is a message signal frequency. What is FC? Carrier frequency. What is AC? Carrier amplitude. What was AM? Message signal amplitude. I hope these are very simple to remember. Here, so as I told you, typically mu is between 0 and 1. But sometimes it is more than 1 also. This is a very reasonable value for mu. It should be always between 0 to 1. But it can be more than 1 also. We will see what happens if it is more than 1. Okay. Now what is mu equal to? Ka into AM. What is Ka? I told you, it is the amplitude sensitivity. What is AM? It is the amplitude of the message signal. Here mu is constant generally. Okay. Then what about units of Ka? Units of Ka is what now? Tell me the answer. Mu is constant, that equal to Ka into AM. What about units of AM? Ka. Units of AM is what? Volt. Obviously, units of Ka would be volt inverse or 1 by volt. Is it okay? Right? Yeah. Here one more important thing. Here, so here suppose what is M of t in single tone AM signal? am cos 2 pi fmt. What is carrier? Anyway, carrier is always C of t, that equal to AC cos 2 pi fct. Both are sinusoidal signals, both are cos terms, cos waveforms. Okay. Now, how to identify which is message, which is carrier? Both are cos functions only. So how do you identify them? It is very simple. Okay. Identification is very, very simple. So the carrier frequency should be much more than message frequency. Okay. So which is carrier, which is message means obviously the sign, the cos function which is having more frequency is said to be carrier. Okay. Now anyway, so m of t is a message signal. It is sometimes also called as what signal? Baseband signal. All message signals are usually baseband signals. Now, so the frequency of the carrier should be much more than the frequency of message signal. Okay. Yeah. This is what I want to say. Okay. Very, very important. Next. Yeah. So this is one example. Here they are saying mu equal to 1 by 2. Here message signal chosen to be a pure sinusoidal term. M of t is given to us cos 2 pi fmt, and fm is 1 by 2 Hz, fc equal 10 Hz. Find the modulated signal or carrier. Can you find out? Just they are asking what is S of t. They are simply asking what is S of t equation. Correct? So what is S of t? What they are saying is here message signal chosen to be a pure sinusoidal signal M of t. It is single tone AM. They are referring to single tone AM. So what is the single tone AM equation? S of t equal to AC into 1 plus mu cos 2 pi fmt into cos 2 pi fct. You substitute everything. Everything is given to you, right? What is AC? So everything is given to you, just substitute. So this is the your AM signal equation. AC into, this is not given to you, keep as it is. 1 plus, what is mu? 1 by 2. 1 plus mu cos 2 pi fmt. 2 pi fm. What is fm? 1 by 2. 2 cancels. Pi t cos 2 pi fct. fc is 10. 2 into 10, 20 pi t. Okay. So here, so 10 Hz is the frequency of the carrier. 1 by 2 Hz is the frequency of message signal, and mu equal to 1 by 2. So this is the AM signal equation. Okay. Now, so now let us proceed. So far so good. Any doubts?
Sir, is there any reason for considering mu value in between 0 and 1?
Yeah, there is a reason. We'll discuss later. So I'm coming to that only.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Right. Now, here, so we are taking 3 cases. Okay. What are the 3 cases? We are referring to value of mu. If mu is less than 1, case 1. Okay. Next. So there is another case where mu equal to 1. Third case is when mu is more than 1. Okay. We'll see these 3 cases depending upon the value of mu. What is the significance of mu? Okay. So here case 1, that is mu is less than 1. This is a case of where mu is less than 1, because here mu equal to how much? 1 by 2. Okay. Now, yeah. So here, so this is a message signal. This is the carrier. So what a difference you can observe? The carrier frequency is much more than message frequency. Correct? Okay. So here the carrier signal is very closely spaced. Here it is somewhat largely spaced. So that's why I can say that this signal is having more frequency than this signal. So that's why it's called carrier. It is called message signal. Okay. Now, so this is the waveform of AM signal when mu is less than 1. Can you see it? So this is the AM signal waveform. So if you draw this, you will get like this only. Okay. Now, so let me draw here for your understanding. How does AM waveform look like? So first of all, so let us take AM waveform. So it is something like this. So in between you get some signals like this. This is the AM waveform when mu is less than 1. Okay. So here when mu is less than 1, in the previous example, what was the amplitude of the carrier? What was that? It was this term. So this is the amplitude of the carrier after modulation, S of t. Okay. So what was that? AC into 1 plus 1 by 2 cos pi t. Okay. So then what happens? So let me write. The amplitude of this carrier after modulation is AC. It could be any value, leave it. 1 plus 0.5 into cos pi t. Correct? Now, so what is the maximum value of cos pi t? Maximum minimum of cos pi t?
One maximum.
Minimum?
-1.
Yeah. So it always between +1 to -1. So suppose if cos pi t is 1, what is the amplitude? AC into 1 plus 0.5. Correct? If cos pi t is -1, what happens? If it is -1, 1 minus 0.5. 0.5.
AC by 2.
AC by 2. Here this is 3 AC by 2. This AC by 2. Isn't it? Yes or not? Okay.
Yes.
Here also you can observe clearly the waveform. So here I am taking the positive side. Here this is the maximum amplitude. This is typically 3 AC by 2. What is minimum amplitude? This is the minimum amplitude. That is AC by 2. This is 3 AC by 2. Okay. So you can draw this waveform. No problem. To draw this waveform, it is looking like this. Okay. So here, this is the typical waveform of AM when mu is less than 1. Okay. Now, so we take one more important concept, that is called envelope of a signal. What is that? Envelope of a signal. Okay. What is envelope? If you join the peaks of any signal, if you just join the peaks of any signal, you get a curve. That curve is called envelope. Envelope is a curve tracing the signal peaks, or if you trace the peaks of a signal, you get a curve, that is called envelope. So please make a note of this. Okay, envelope means if you join the peaks of any signal, or if you trace the peaks of any signal, you get a curve, some curve. That curve is called envelope. Okay. Now in AM, envelope plays an important role. Okay. So for example, I'm taking x of t equal to cos 10 pi t. Okay. So you take the signal. So this is a signal. You just join the peaks, just like this. If you join the peaks, what do you get? You get a constant curve. That is envelope of your x of t. Okay. Or in otherwise, envelope means mod of the signal. Okay. What is mod of this cos pi t? Cos 10 pi t?
1.
1. That is envelope. This is 1. Okay. Anyway, so this is not required. Okay. So this is envelope. Okay. Now here, so for every signal, if you take mod, you get a curve. That is called envelope. Okay. Now, so here envelope is very, very important. Okay. So what is envelope? If you join the peaks of a signal, or if you trace the peaks of a signal, you get a curve, that is called envelope. Okay. Now we have devices to catch the envelope of a signal, or to extract the envelope of a signal. Okay. So we have devices which will extract the envelope of a signal. Okay. So that is envelope. Okay. Right. Now what is the envelope of your AM signal? What is that? You just go back and just join the peaks. Okay. So this was your AM signal. It was something like this, correct? You just join the peaks like this. You're getting something like this. Correct? Okay. Otherwise, let us go to this waveform. You just take this and join them, something like this. Correct? So now how does it look like? This is your envelope. See, we are referring to which case? Please remember, when mu is less than 1. Okay. So we are referring to when mu is less than 1. Correct? So this is the envelope of your signal. Is it okay? So actually, what is the envelope of your signal now? In this example, what was the signal first of all? S of t, it was AC into 1 plus 0.5 I am writing cos pi t into cos 20 pi t. So what is its envelope? This is envelope. Okay, which means envelope is simply AC into 1 plus 0.5 cos pi t. This is envelope. If you draw this curve, so let us forget about AC. Let us neglect this AC. What is the maximum value of this? Just now we told, you know, just now you told me. If
3
AC is 1. If AC is 1, how much?
3 by 2.
1.5. Minimum 0.5. Yes or not?
Yes, sir.
You draw this curve. It look like this. This is the envelope of your AM signal. Okay. So what happened actually? What happened? So if you neglect this AC, just there is a DC shift. By how much? 1. And so here, what is the message signal in the example? Please go back to the example and tell me what is the message signal here. Cos 2 pi FMT, which means FM is 1 by 2, which means how much? What is M of T here? Cos pi T. Isn't it? M of T is cos pi T, C of T is cos 20 pi T. Now, here, what happened here? In the envelope. Envelope is simply, so this is message signal now. What happened now? Envelope contains message signal. The only difference is it is shifted by 1 and it is attenuated by 1 by 2. Okay. So here, if you know envelope, if you get envelope, which means you got your message signal. Is it okay? Because envelope is nothing but message signal. Envelope resembles message signal because envelope follows message signal, and it also contains information about the message. Okay, so let us go back. How the envelope is looking like? Exactly your message signal, just like your message signal. Envelope follows message signal, which means if you got envelope from the carrier, from modulated carrier, which means you got your message signal back. Why it is so important? Why should we get our message signal back from the carrier? What it is called? Anyone? Demodulation. That is called demodulation. Okay. So, which means to demodulate a signal, we should get envelope. If you get envelope, you got your message signal back. Now you can ask me, so how to overcome these problems? Very simple. This is a DC shift. Okay. How to remove DC component? Who will block the DC? Which component will block the DC component?
Capacitor.
Capacitor. You pass this through the capacitor. What will happen? This will be removed. Only thing is you got 0.5 into cos pi t. Just you do amplification with a gain of 2. Then what do you get finally? Cos pi t. What is cos pi t? Your message signal. So that is the demodulation. Okay. So why I am saying is demodulation is much more complicated than modulation. You know why? Because while modulating, we are just keeping the message signal on the carrier, but in the channel, what happens? Noise will be added. Okay, so demodulation will be very crucial, very important, and difficult also. Why? Because you don't receive what is your transmitted. What do you receive? What you receive as a receiver? Your transmitted signal, along with that noise will be added. This is what you receive. Okay, so from this you have to extract your message signal. Should get back your message signal. That is a difficult task. Anyway, so that is nothing but demodulation. Okay. Please remember, we are discussing everything if and only if mu is less than 1. Okay. So if mu is less than 1, the envelope is positive. Envelope is positive. You can see here. This envelope, it is always positive. That's why I am not talking about mod function. Is it okay? Actually, what should be envelope? Mod of this. But it is mod is not required because it is always positive. Just now you told me maximum is 3 AC by 2, minimum is AC by 2. It never goes to negative. So that's why mod is not required. I am removing this mod. Is it okay? So now, so this is about case 1. Any doubts till now? If it is okay, we'll go further. Now, so I will ask you, if mu equal to 1, what happens? Chalo, do it. If mu equal to 1, what happens? Case 3. You do it on your own, make it fast. Mu equal to 1, draw the waveform, draw the envelope. Draw on in your notes, make it fast. Don't look at the PPTs. You draw on your own. I have explained for mu less than 1, no? You draw for mu equal to 1. What will happen? What will happen? So let us take equation. S of t equal to AC into, don't take any FCFM, that is not required. 1 plus mu cos omega mt into cos omega ct. So AC also you can neglect for time being. It is a constant, no? So if mu equal to 1, what happens? What is S of t will be now? 1 plus cos omega mt into cos omega ct. So what is the amplitude of this signal? Okay. So what is the maximum amplitude would be? What is the maximum value of cos omega mt? 1. 1 plus 1, 2. Minimum?
0.
Minus
0.
1.
Minimum 0. That's it, right? So it is always positive. I mean, it's always non-negative at least. If you take mod also, it remains same. It is not negative. So what is envelope? Envelope is nothing but positive envelope. 1 plus cos omega mt. Draw this waveform. How it looks like? It is just shifted by 1. Cos waveform is shifted by 1. How it looks like? This is 2, this is 0. This is shift. This is envelope, E of t. So now here also, if you got the envelope, you got the message signal. Why? If you got the envelope, which is 1 plus cos omega mt, you just remove this component, you are getting your message signal back. Okay? Yeah. So let us see this. This is a AM waveform would be. What is happening? It is just touching the axis. Okay. This is the envelope. So here m of t is cos pi t, c of t is cos 20 pi t, mu equal to I am taking 1, let us take. Then what happens? 1 plus cos pi t into cos 20 pi t. So obviously this is envelope. It is always positive. It could be 0, it could be 2, between 0 and 2. So this is the envelope. What has happened here? Your message signal is shifted by 1. This is a DC shift 1. Okay, so envelope is positive. Okay, now when mu is more than 1, what happens? Case 2. It is called over modulation. What it is called? Over modulation. Okay, what happens? If mu is more than 1, what happens? So let us take mu equal to 1.5. So let me make fastly. Okay, S of t equal to, I am not writing AC, 1 plus 1.5 cos omega mt into cos omega ct. What is the maximum amplitude of this S of t? How much is the maximum? 1 plus 1.5 means 2.5. 2.5, correct? Minimum? Minimum?
minus 0.5.
Minus 0.5 means your amplitude is negative. For the first time you are getting negative amplitude. Is it okay? So here we should take mod, because in the last two cases the amplitude was positive. It was non-negative at least. So there mod was not required. Here you should take mod. Okay, so let us see what happens. Now this is how your waveform look like. This is how your waveform look like. What's happening here? This is amplitude actually. It is something like this, and it is going negative also. Okay. In the third case, the amplitude was just touching the 0. Correct? Here it was like this, just touching the 0. But in this case, it is going negative. It's going like this. In the case 1, it was always above the 0 axis. It was always about 0 axis. Okay. So when mu is more than 1, so the amplitude goes to negative. Okay. Then, so envelope is nothing but mod of the amplitude. So if take, what happens? This is the envelope. Okay. So is it okay, all of you? First of all, is here what is envelope actually? Mod of
X of t.
Yeah, mod of x of t, but here what do you get? 1 plus 1.5 cos omega mt. You draw this first. How it look like? Maximum is 2.5, right? Minimum is minus 0.5. It would be like this. So please bear with my drawing skills. This is something like 1 plus 1.5 cos omega mt. If you take mod, what would happen? This negative becomes positive, which means this is envelope. So envelope is not proportional to m of t. It is not m of t. In fact, it is what? something like proportional to what? Mod of m of t. Is it okay? Envelope is not proportional m of t. In the previous cases, this is proportional to m of t. Proportionality means there is a shift, there is attenuation. Okay, so it is also proportional to m of t. But in whenever mu is more than 1, envelope is proportional to mod of m of t. So it is called a distortion. It is called envelope distortion. Because envelope doesn't follow message signal, which means envelope does not contain any information about message signal. That is called distortion. That is called envelope distortion. Okay, so that's why always either mu should be less than 1 or at least it should be equal to 1, but it should never be more than 1. So simply I can say it is always should be between what values? 0 and 1. If mu is more than 1, we get an envelope distortion. What is the problem of envelope distortion? What is the problem? What do you think of problem?
We cannot get the correct message.
Yeah, using envelope, you cannot get the correct message signal. Means using envelope, you cannot demodulate. Using envelope, you cannot demodulate. Okay, yeah. So that is about mu. So typically mu should be between 0 and 1 for faithful reproduction at the receiver side. Is it okay, all of you? When mu is more than 1, envelope does not follow message signal. It is proportional to mod of message signal. Okay. Now, so here this is about today's class. I think we should stop it now. Okay. Thank you.